And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the third hour of Misfits. So, Putridity Cassidy has woken up and is shapeshifting into a tall goop monster in a vaguely humanoid shape. As she is unfolding, the rhino man and boar man are like trying to pull themselves up from the oil and slipping. And she looks towards them and takes a long step in that direction towards the slowly getting consumed by fire, moving towards the truck oil. And she steps into the oil, and as she does so, her foot kind of expands out into it, and she grows taller. And she just goops up the oil, extinguishing the flames as she does so, and growing ever taller and taller and wider and wider.
That's bad.
What do you do?
I think, so does her absorbing that stop the fire?
Yeah.
Great.
But she's now...
Okay.
Now there is... The truck isn't going to explode in a fiery fireball. Instead, she's probably going to eat it.
Right.
That's so much better. Not.
So, in order to use things around the environment, do I have to roll a situation first, or can I just use something?
Well, if you tell me what it is that you want to grab hold of, then I could be like, ooh, maybe you need to look for that, or I could be like, sure.
Basically, Entry wants to go to the prisoner transport and find the cables that Moira yoinked the cylinder out of.
You can absolutely do that. The prisoner transport is right over there.
Moira, can you keep her busy?
Moira, you're shudderingly getting control of your muscles again.
Trying to get back up. Not really, being able to get up. But getting up? What? Where?
Keep her busy.
Who?
Goo monster.
What goo oh, fuck.
Growing taller and
Yep,
taller.
that one.
How do you keep goo busy?
I don't know. I just need a few moments. Sing a song or something.
Oh, fuck you, Entry.
No, thank you.
Ew.
So, do you want to jostle alone with this creature, Moira? Is this a task that you feel comfortable taking upon yourself?
Well, it does look goopy. I can say that much.
Yeah. Basically, what I'm asking you is, are you okay with this, or are you like, fuck no, you help me?
It's well, if he might have a plan since he wants me to keep her, occupied for a little while, so she will try.
Okay, cool. So
That is exactly what he has.
So what
So-
do you?
So what she does is, hey, goop monster, and then she slaps after it with her tail, realizing it's way more, faster and not as heavy to swing as before, and this is weird, and what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, your body doesn't feel quite as heavy. It's
No.
definitely just as heavy, but it doesn't feel as heavy.
No.
Your neural pathways have better integrated your physiology.
Yeah, and that is strange. I don't feel right.
Alright, so I hear you trying to provoke the goop monster to paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if Cassidy pays attention to you. Roll to provoke.
Great, and I have minus.
You're just slapping at her.
What is it?
Slapping
That's
at her waving your arms.
superior.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh dear.
Oh dear is right. So yeah, you're like, hey, over here!
Oh dear.
And Cassidy doesn't react to you at all. Instead, she reaches down and picks up the oil truck and it starts sliding into her. And as it does so, she grows exponentially to its mass.
That sounds utterly wrong.
Yes, it does. The oiled cylindric surface slides into the form of the goopy woman. Are you happy now? Okay, thank you. So...
oh dear. Well, I'm already starting on my next advancement.
Yep. So
Entry.
she fails to properly distract Cassidy. But what do you do, Entry? As you rely on her to do this.
Entry takes out his his school bag, which is definitely not filled with school books, because why would it be? And starts pulling out gizmos and gadgets to... he basically wants to make this thing that kept her tank cool into a freeze ray. Or, a freeze tube that he can point at the monster and freeze her.
Interesting.
An ice gun!
You want to make an ice gun from just what you're carrying on you?
And the freezing element of the prisoner transport's tank cooling system.
Alright. How do you intend to get over there?
I did say I teleported over to the truck to get to the cables earlier, but I suppose if not that, then I'll do that now.
Yeah, the cables in the truck are in different locations.
What?
Oh, sorry.
I mean...
the electrical cables.
Not the electrical cables. No, the cables that the cylinder was attached to.
Yep. Let's see if you can get over there. Roll to unleash your powers.
You can do it! Don't get eaten!
I'll try. It's a hit.
Yay! You did it!
You do it. Will you take a condition? Or shall I tell you how the effect is temporary or unstable?
Let me look at the condition. I don't want a condition. So, unstable, temporary.
Alright, your position is unstable. Because you do manage to teleport over there, you alight on top of the truck. But because Cassidy hasn't been distracted by Moira, as you do so, and you start reaching into your bag, you're thinking, "Okay, I got this," and you're hearing Moira in the distance be like, "Hey, over here!" Then you also hear a moment later, I'm gonna assume that you then hear Moira say something to the effect of, "Oh God, look out!" As suddenly darkness descends upon you from above. What do you do?
Can I enter at that point, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely, you can. What?
Because
please tell us.
Because I think what he's going to just stand there. The whole oh shit, it's coming down, and then what's going to happen is something is going to come rushing into the screen or into the picture and drag him along. Something dressed in red and black is going to come through the picture and drag him along and to safety.
Get him out of the way of the thing.
Exactly.
Good call.
Now I just saw her run and then collide with the camera. Because she ran into the screen like, la 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 la, I got you! Ow!
Why don't you give us a defend roll to do this? Let's see how adeptly you execute this, because you totally do it. You totally do it.
I totally do it. The question is whether I get squished in the process, and I did just lower my save.
Oof.
You can do this! I did all this on Zero Savior! You can do it!
I am doing this to entry, so am I getting my +1?
If you're doing it to someone you have influence over, then yeah.
Good.
And if you didn't have it already, you definitely have it.
Well, I do.
That team though.
I think actually no. I like this because that means I get him out of the way, I guess, but I get squished instead, or at least I take the blow.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with doing that.
The colossal hand of Putridity Cassidy is descending upon entry. When in from the side, and if this was the animated show, here we would have like something like really cliche, like there would be like a shadow quickly darting across the screen and the sound of a bamboo flute being played. But instead what we get in the comic is just this like dashing form like diving into him, and then like a cut of you and him like being like getting thrown towards the panel as the hand descends. Both of you make it clear to safety. The truck, however, vanishes into her.
Good thing there were no people in it anymore.
There were no people in it anymore, but
She grows.
She grows. Also, entry.
Ah, crap. I needed that truck.
Well, there is still the entire cylinder.
I think that when he says that, I think the first reaction he's going to get out of Trespass is, "Yeah, you're welcome."
Yeah, thanks.
I think this is where Moira shouts, "There is still the cylinder, it kept her cold!"
The cylinder is very shattered.
Yeah, but there are still parts inside of it. It was only the
suppose
glass
it would
you
have
said
a-
the hood had.
It would supposedly have a base, I guess, for the thing.
Both a top and a bottom.
Okay. So we need to keep her busy while you do that.
Or figure something else out, yeah.
Okay.
I think Moira is still kind of, wiggling back and forth because, ow.
Right. Okay. I would like to assess the situation.
All right. You're taking a moment here to observe what's going on.
Yes.
And, yeah, sure. Like you've been pulled to safety by the timely intervention of Yoon. So sure. Let's see what's up. You're not in an immediate danger right now, especially since she doesn't really see you as a danger. She doesn't probably really see you because you haven't done
She sees
anything to her.
food.
So yeah, give us a roll, please, of plus superior to look around on your current situation.
Yes, and give me just a moment. I have additional questions I can ask if I want because of my criminal mind,
Interesting. Go on.
but I don't want to use anything.
Okay. Oh, that's
Full
a
hit!
full hit right there, sir.
Nice.
So
Nice.
what would you like to ask? You get 2 questions.
Let's have a look. Assess the situation. I would like to ask, first and foremost, what here can I use to stop Cassidy?
Nothing here. There is
Nothing
nothing
here.
right here in this general area that will meaningfully stop her. You need to get her somewhere different. You need to get her somewhere where you need to get her to a place that has different materials, and you need time to figure out what those materials are, but you will not find them in this intersection. You will not find them just like lounging around downtown.
Right.
Oh, I have a question. After we're done with you, I have a question.
Yes. In that case, I would like to use my criminal mind because I would like to ask, how could I best infuriate or provoke Cassidy?
Very nice.
The best way you can infuriate or provoke her right now is if you can inflict her pain in some way. That's a good way of doing it, because she generally doesn't really super feel it when she's in this form. So you need to like do something to like to frustrate her goopy shape-shifting semblance.
Right.
Either that, or you need to, if what you're looking at, to just like draw her attention more than infuriate, right? Like provoke her to come towards you. If you were a walking, talking chemical plant, she would probably come towards you. If you could draw her attention to something toxic and awful, that would absolutely draw her to it. But that's also very dangerous. That's the situation you also want to avoid.
I think we need clean water, guys, and lots of it.
Right. In that case, Entry says, distract her for a moment. I need to ready something, and then we need to drag her elsewhere.
Okay.
Like
And
if you
then
could freeze bomb her, for example, like that would be a disruption and an annoyance to her, and that would
Yeah, I
probably
already
make her
have an
notice
idea
you.
for that.
as for entry, he will pull out one of his Gemini eggs to start modifying it so it can project an illusion of whatever he wants instead of copying. But it takes a while.
All right. So Yun, what's your plan?
We still have. I need to make certain here. What about Rhino Man and Boar Man? Where are they?
Rhino Man and Boar Man are both picking themselves up. They seem kind of sluggish to you, but they're still like present. They're just
they
like
are
rubbing their heads and groaning.
Good. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do is I am going to try to provoke Rhino Man to charge me, because I have an idea of basically using this nice, lovely weapon of mine, well, one of them anyway, to wrap it around his horn and direct him to run straight into the great big goopy woman.
Wouldn't that kill him?
No, I'm not sure it'll actually kill him so much as send him flying through her and probably hurt her heel. He's going to have a lot of momentum. Have you ever seen the charging rhino?
If he was an actual rhino, he would get caught up in her. Like an actual rhino would have no impact on her, the size she's grown to. But he's kind of like also this super powered space, so that could be the case. You're gambling, but I like gambling.
And geez, we're in a really sticky situation, literally.
Haha!
No!
Yep. Give us a provoke. Give us a come at me,
Do
bro.
it!
We'll do it with a come at me, bro. Provoke. I'm not good at this.
I'm not either.
Nope, it's not working. But that gives me my 5th potential.
Woohoo!
Very nice.
And
You know
that
what
means
you want to take for your advancement?
I had that all planned out, and then for whatever dumb reason, I closed down the you should never ever when you actually play. You should never close down the rule book, such as the playbook in this case, but I'm opening it right now, and let me see what I have options of, to what my options are. I can take a move from my playbook or from another playbook. Somebody can lose permanently influence. Somebody, I can rearrange my labels. Add +1 to a label. I can unlock my moment of truth. And I can take drives and mark 4 from the Beacon's playbook. I think I am going to rearrange my labels as I want and add +1.
Okay. How do you want your labels?
I will drop. First and foremost, I'm going to add the one that I already, I'm going to add the one that I already, that I get
Okay.
for doing this. And I'm adding that to danger.
Okay.
And then I'm going to drop my superior, because obviously I'm absolutely bollocks at provoking someone.
Okay.
So I'm dropping that to -1.
Okay. What do you up by 1?
Then I up my actually I'm going to drop superior to. No, I'm gonna. That's true. That I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna up my mundane 3.
Okay. So your mundane is 3, your superior is -1. Do you want to change something else?
And let me see if there's anything else I want to. I think I'm going to. Nope, I think I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. Cool.
And there we go. Thank you.
Excellent. So you call out your provocation, and
Doesn't really seem
and
to
he
do the trick.
comes charging towards you. As he
Yeah.
does so, you get out. You have your plan. So
Yeah.
what is it you do when he comes charging towards you?
What I want to do is I want to redirect him to run, I want him to clip, basically I want him to clip her heel. And I'm going to try to use my 3-linked staff, as you found out it's called, around his horn.
Yeah. So you
because
jump
it's
onto him and you direct
some
him?
things. No. Actually, she just wants to grab, around by the horn, and then as he comes running, she's going to be like a what's it called? What would be a good analogy here? She would be like the tether that he's tethered to, or the pole that he's tethered to, and then he would be swung into the right lane, into the right direction. I guess the problem here is that he's a whole lot stronger than my tethering.
So but we can get around this by
I mean, think tetherball, right? So
I getcha. But I think we can get around like the strength need by I think that works. So because you can just tell by the way he moves and by the heavy thudding in the ground for every step he takes towards you, like, okay, new plan. I need to do this in a specific way. And so when he comes towards you the first time, you dodge him, and it becomes this like bullfighting thing of you like taking a step sideways and him like whirling around and trying to come at you, like lowering his horn and trying to gore you. And once he's done that a couple of times, you get this like he's kind of like turning on his own momentum. And when you do that, you do the Tai Chi thing, right? Like you get the thing out around his horn, and then you're like, yeah, you're already gonna turn, so let me use your force against you and just send you in this direction. And he does, and he like just without thinking about it, just like bellows, like piles forward. He hits her. He hits Cassidy's leg, which is now thicker than he is, and a good deal taller. He hits it, and it's like just like splooshes like halfway into it, and as he does so, he like passes halfway through it, and then he gets stuck.
Uh-oh.
And it's at this moment that his rhinoceros form starts to depress and like shrink and become more human as he's trying to pull himself free.
I think that is why they were sluggish. The serum was starting to wear off.
Yes.
That's entirely possible.
As this happens,
we really do need to get him out.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. And he's like, he's not shouting for help, though that's coming. But he's just like making noises as this transformation is happening. But then the worst part of this that has yet to come, the funny part where I foreshadow future horrible events, is that as you notice this, you're looking down like a long street leading down to the harbor. And sailing through the harbor is a transport ship carrying waste product.
Oh, shit.
And Cassidy looks up and notices and takes a long stride towards the harbor. And then another. She starts moving away from where you're at, moving towards the waterfront.
Fuck! Mara gives chase.
Oh, that's bad. Let's hope they have something down there.
Moira, I need your help.
She is incredibly fast now. Impossible ability.
Moira, I need your help. The man is drowning.
Yeah, we need to get him out of her heel.
I know.
I know.
Throw me through there. Let me pull him with me on the way out.
I think it'd be safer to throw me. I can teleport out if it fails.
Then do that.
All right.
Please
Then
don't
I'll
crush me.
try to get her attention.
She picks up poor entry carefully. I feel way too light. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
And
just
then
enjoy giving
she-
me a slime bath.
And then she hurls him all she's learned.
Yeah.
All right. Shooting through the air towards the leg of this walking.
Is
goop
that
lady.
unleashing my powers for throwing him
I'll
with a newly developed tail?
what I'm doing here. I can see why you would argue that, but I think you can do this. I don't think the threat here is that you fail to throw him. I think
The threat is I fail to hit what I'm aiming for.
this is a defend roll on the part of entry, and if he fails, then that failure is fictionally impacted by the fact that he's being thrown by a super strong snake woman. So
Might have
it's
to
Who
done,
is now whipping him away as if he was nothing.
exactly. It becomes
She's
less of
even
a
stronger and faster than before.
exactly. The failure consequence becomes less of a oh you failed to do it and more of a you are flying out of control. You're about to die. What do you do?
All right, so I need to roll a savior.
Yes, please give me a defend roll to get this guy out of there. And he's
You
presently
do it.
like he's shrunk to human size, and he's like grabbing in the same way as you see someone drowning in like mud, right? Like, where
Yeah,
there's
you
just
don't
no
imagine you
buoyancy.
can actually swim.
Yeah, there's no buoyancy. Every movement he
Quicksand.
does makes no difference.
Kind of
Which
like
is what-
Quicksand.
Yes, and that is what Entry realized, which is why he wanted to go, because you can still teleport, hopefully.
Yes. You can do it, Entry!
Haha.
Nice.
Ooh. Can I add a team because she threw him very well?
If there needs to be a team, then yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Then
So
it would make it a full hit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a perfect this is a perfect example of having preemptively set yourself up to spend team.
She tilts her head to the side. I threw better than I thought I could.
See, you may have a future in Major League Baseball.
What do you
Future.
pick for your defense choices here? You have
A retort to that is, I have a future with a bottle of aspirin. My head feels like it's splitting in two.
It is.
good job.
What?
So
No wait, just a second. Just a second entry. Yeah,
I'm
Moira.
confused.
Moira.
She
What?
doesn't know all these things changed her.
No, she doesn't.
Just knows she feels lighter.
Is the what like a comedic thing we cut away from, or is there like more talking? Like your head is splitting in two. What do you mean? You have horns. I have what? Is that a
I
thing?
think we see the what, and then we cut directly to Entry.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. So entry, you do this with gusto. You
I think that even
shoot-
means he realizes he has to shut his mouth before he enters the.
absolutely.
Yeah. But now he knows what it feels like flying, because she threw him like a paper plane.
So you managed to do it like quite adeptly. So you like shoot through the air towards the scoop thing, and you're like, oh fuck, this is gonna suck. As you like brace for impact, and luckily her elastic-y outer surface gives way to you as you impact it.
Yes.
You sink into her leg and would probably suffocate in here, were it not for the fact that you can like close your arms around what you feel is a struggling form of this person, and then focus. There's a poof, like a sound of you teleporting from within. For a second, we see like her leg shift form a little bit, and it just realigns itself, and she keeps moving. But popping into existence, where?
I'm guessing. I would have said along the same trajectory, but she must be going in that direction. So I think slightly to the left of that.
Like down the street from there.
Yes, an alley.
Cool. So popping into existence there, you appear. This guy is like spasmically struggling in your grip, but he's very weak and he's losing consciousness.
Aw.
Crap.
Make him cough up the goo.
This
Yeah,
is not
that's
like this is not a case of you like you did this right. He's not dying. He's just like this is like was his last throes trying to get out of there. Now that he's free, he's safe. But the serum has worn him out. Whatever you did you investigated the serum last session and you found that it had like pretty detrimental effects on the body.
Yes.
This is exhaustion following his transformation, no doubt.
Yeah. So I get to choose one, right?
Yeah, you do.
Or do I get to choose more than one?
You get to choose
choose one.
two because it was upgraded to a 10.
No, so you get a hit and you choose one. So you keep them. You've done this without bringing yourself into harm's way.
Well, but it was upgraded to a 10.
Yeah, that's what a 10 is.
On a,
Isn't that a full
7
hit?
to 9, you either expose yourself or escalate the situation.
Okay, sorry.
So you can add a team, you can take influence over this guy, or you can clear a condition.
I want to take influence over this guy as Entry basically says, you stick around. I have questions for you and you owe me.
Okay, I'm going to find a name for Rhino Man now.
Bob.
Yeah, we need. Okay, I'm gonna add just like put a character sheet in here. That's like Rhino Man to be.
It should be Bob. It should be Bob because that means from now on he can be Rhino Bob.
Rhino Bob.
And that is so bad that it has to be a thing, Daniel.
Right. I have now added Rhino Man Bob ? To my notes.
Rhino Man Bob. It's
Bob
not
Beaverton.
It's not Beaverman Bob. It's Rhino Man Bob.
Alright, so you emerge safely from the alleyway as this guy like loses consciousness, to see the form of Cassidy, walking, lumbering step by enormous step down the road. She's currently like about 4 stories tall. She's like clipping electrical wires as she's walking. You hear like cars screeching and horns honking.
Oh,
and
I have an idea for that.
She's moving.
I have an idea for that.
Does she
you
seem
said-
unaffected? Sorry.
You said that she was clipping electrical wiring, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm still carrying 2 of these three-legged or three-piece staffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to connect them. I'm going to hook them together to have one very, very long one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lay them across the next section of. I'm going to, fling them out basically so that they land, and I'm going to let go before they land across the next section of 3 wires that she's
You'll
going
get
to pass through.
electrocuted.
Because then that's going to create a connection. She's going to get 3 times the jolt. The moment that she hits them, instead of snapping them one at a time, she's going to get the full jolt of the entire electrical grid. Even if it doesn't stop her, it might at least make her go for a moment, and then hopefully look towards me, and I can go something along the lines of "You can't catch me," and run in the other direction, something along those lines.
Okay.
That's my hope, or something.
So you do this. You don't need to make the roll. When you do this, you the electrical shock, like you presume it to happen.
Yeah.
We get like a little like comic book visual of like an electric discharge.
Yeah.
But Cassidy is almost entirely unaffected by the high voltage.
We need something cold. She was kept in cold.
But it is pissed raining, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right. Then that.
I guess
What time of year is
it's
it?
not coming down in like droves. It's like it's drizzling. It's
it's raining at least.
Depressing comic book raining without
Yeah.
people getting flooded.
It's not raining cats and dogs, but it's
No.
raining enough.
And
That
we're
would
early
be
in
very
the
sad
year.
for the cats and the dogs.
But the thing is, though, she was heading down towards the harbor.
Yeah.
What time of year is it, and what's the weather otherwise? How cold is it? How warm is it?
Early in the year is pretty cold.
Good. Because that means the moment she actually steps down into the water of the harbor, it might not be freezing per se, but it is very cold, and it is likely going to be only just above freezing, so it might slow her down a little.
And I think
that's
at this
a decent
point,
guess.
Entry would like to have his voice come over the intercom,
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
or whatever we call it,
Over
Yeah.
comm links.
over the communication device that he has made for us.
Beep, 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 beep.
Can you
No.
slow her down as much as possible? I think
have an
they
idea.
might have some cooling facilities down at the harbor I can use.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
I'll try. And at that point, she breaks into a flat sprint to get down to the harbor front to see if there is like a tugboat or something similar in the harbor.
Yeah.
Because tugboats are all equipped with the same thing at the prow, and that is a high-powered what's it called, fire hose, a very high-powered fire hose, because they're used to go up close and battle fires on board ships in harbor.
Yeah. You want to
And
when you say you
and
break
I-
into a sprint to get down there,
Yeah.
I assume what you're saying is you're trying to get down there before Cassidy.
well, or at least as close behind her as possible, because what I want to do is turn one of these massive things, these fire hoses, on her, because the water is pulled directly out of the water underneath the boat, out of the harbor, so it would be pissing cold.
Cool.
It would be under high pressure, which would even cool it further, and then it would be sent, flying at her. It would be really cold.
So why don't we see if you can one, like, outrun her, and two, if you can beat traffic, basically, like, and people getting out of the way. Why don't you unleash your
Unleashing my
powers to see if you
Yeah, I
can
was about to
acrobat
say.
your way down there?
Let's see if I can. I definitely can.
Yeah, elegantly so. So you manage to. So Cassidy's tall and taking long strides. It's very hard to outrun her, but you're quick. You're well trained. You manage to do it. If you're sprinting, you're a little bit faster than her, and your conditioning allows you to keep doing it. You like leap across cars and like avoid people. There's probably like a shout or two of getting out of the way, right? Like you're shouting to people to like get off the street.
Yeah.
As the giant
Basically,
form.
flipping, doing a frontal flip, landing on the hood of a car. It probably skids a little bit, and just as she slides off and going to the next one, she says, "Put it in reverse and get out of here," or something like that.
It's like a taxi caught in like a gridlock, and you're looking at a guy through the windshield, be like, you might want to get out and run.
Yeah, something like that. And so I think basically, she's legging it to get down there. And the moment she gets to one of these tugboats, kick the
I think we need to have you
release.
assess the situation when you get down there. We will establish if there are any tugboats moored right here for you to exploit.
Okay. Exactly.
I also has idea.
I also has I think I want, but take AJ first.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The tugboats are moored on the other side of the river, I'm afraid.
Is there a speedboat I can hop into and get to?
No, I don't think so. No.
Why does it say ±3?
The tugboat.
What is the best way to get over there? Then that would be.
You need to cross the bridge to get over the river.
Well, then I'll have to cross the bridge.
It's a long run.
I don't really have much choice.
I leave that decision, that discretion to you. But this is gonna take you. This is gonna take you some time.
I think I'm gonna hop up on. I think I'm gonna hop up on that. Can I still manage to hop up on the car who's still trying to extricate himself from behind me, and then get him to drive me over there? Maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. Why don't you try and convince him to
Yeah, I'll
you?
run up to it. Open the door on the passenger side, jump in, and say, "I need to get to the other side of the river now, please."
Please roll to provoke.
Might
Not
want to
every
go
day
to
you
stop
get
that.
hero.
Yeah, to say yes, it's to stop that thing.
Yeah, and please roll to provoke, but take -1 on this because he is not super inclined to try and do this. He wants to not be here.
Hey, and that's with -2.
Okay.
No, with -3.
It keeps saying -3 for your superior rolls.
Wonder why. It's only -1 here. But, well, in that case, it would be a 9, but it makes no difference.
It also did the same thing with the other superior roll.
It's because you have a condition marked.
Oh, it's
Oh, of
right, of
course.
course. Okay, no problem. But it's still, yeah.
Okay. So I know exactly what happens here. Trespass.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is like being like, okay, I'll help you, and he like get in his car and he's like fiddling with everything. He's trying to like he like drives the car forward. He slams into the car in front of him and like tries to muscle between the rest of the traffic.
Yes.
And he fails to do so. And as you're like, fuck, like we need to do this. You hear an engine rev next to you, and you seem like you're. Are you standing on the car or sitting on it or like in the passenger seat of it? Like
No, I think she did try to get in. That depends. Was it possible to get in through the passenger seat, or is there somebody already sitting there? Because in that case, she would literally have hopped up on top of the car.
Everyone is like, this car doesn't have any passengers in this cab right now. He's
Right.
just like,
Then she's definitely on the passenger side.
okay, so you're like you've crawled through the window on the passenger side or something, like in an adept cool ninja fashion, and
Yes.
and he can't get the car moving. But next to you, you hear like this rev of an engine, and a motorcycle comes to a stop next to you. And the motorcycle rider like lifts the shield of his helmet, and Evan from your class looks out on you and says, "Can I be of help?"
LOL!
I hate you, Daniel. She pats the motor or the car driver on his shoulder and says, "This has to be fit. I have to move fast." And she hops back out, gets up behind Evan on the. I mean, obviously she's still wearing her half mask here, and her hair is done slightly differently, at least. So by the conventions of comic books, he can't recognize me.
Absolutely, he doesn't recognize
she's
you at
not
all.
wearing glasses. He can't recognize her.
Exactly.
But
so
do you take it? Do you take his help?
yes, I do.
All right. So
This is a whole lot bigger than me thinking that Evan is an idiot.
Yep, absolutely. And just to drive the dagger in a little bit deeper, as you like get up, he like grabs your arms and like wraps them tightly around himself. It's like, "Hold on, cutie," and he guns it down the street.
Whatever
He's
he
very
does.
heroic when he's not trying to be a douche.
Yes.
Douchebag.
In any case, as long as he gets there, that's the main part.
Cool. So while he's like driving towards the bridge in an attempt to like he's like, "Where are we going?" And you tell him, and he's
To that tugboat.
Cool. He's gunning it in that direction. Meanwhile, Moira, entry, what's up?
I has an idea. Moira is chasing after this woman. He's already failed getting her attention. So she get angry. Because she already is angry.
Mm-hmm.
And she's less human than she ever was. And everything is just shit. And she was just told that her head was splitting in two. And that's not fair either. So she just reaches out after the fucking lady and yells, "Stop it, goddammit!" And this is where her sorceress prowess explodes.
Yeah, you wanna like sorcerously, you wanna Azarath Metri on Syntos and like grab her leg or something?
No. It basically, she knows she needs something cold to stop her.
I mean, not necessarily.
So-
She just needs something
well,
that would affect her
she
form.
realized that she was kept in cold,
Yep.
so that could stop her then. So her idea is that maybe it can stop her again, but she doesn't have anything cold, goddammit. And then she just yells out, but magic pours out of her and starts freezing the lady.
Okay. Let's see if you can manifest your powers to do some cold tricks here.
Luckily, it's sorcery.
Please roll to unleash your powers. The obstacle you're trying to overcome is you're ostensibly trying to slow down her progress towards the river. So
I get a hit.
let's do it. There we go. Okay, so you do it. Do you mark a condition, or do I tell you how the effect is temporary or unstable?
It's temporary and unstable because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah, the effect is temporary. So you're doing the sorcery thing, and I think we see like Rhyme start like dancing up the side of her goopy legs and like crawling up her form, and she like
Well, you're at least buying a bit of time for me to get to the other side and for whatever entry is about to do, so that's good.
exactly right. So she's like she stops when she does this and she like looks down in this like slow lumbering like what's going on, but she doesn't say anything.
And Moira is just staring at her hands, finally realizing they're full of scales.
Yup.
Oh, unfair. I want new powers.
Fuck. Oh my god. It worked, but oh my god. Oh, hello, she's looking at me.
Yeah, this is a panel with both of you in it. You being like, what? Like looking at your hands, be like, what? And then entry speech bubble. Not fair. I want new powers.
Yep.
Coming in from the sideline, like, not fair, I wanted your power. And it's written in a way you know it's just him.
So her march towards the harbor front has been slowed some. I say harbor. It's like actually it's riverside. But she's
Is it harbor or is it river? Because that's
it's
important.
river. It's a river leading out into the harbor area.
Okay.
So she's walking slower, like kind of like dragging her frozen leg as it like starts thawing and her goop like rearrange itself to like toss it off or break off the freezing parts. And she's also absorbing stuff she's walking through and consistently growing.
Crap.
But yeah, she's walking slower, and you're without knowing exactly what Yun is planning, you are buying time for. I should call you Trespass. Without knowing what Trespass is planning, you're actually buying time for her.
Keep it up, Moira.
Entry, what's up?
Well, so Entry was of the thought that, okay, because his idea was also cold, this is a harborfront, or I guess close to the harborfront. Surely they'll have fish storage somewhere, which will have cooler units, which I can repurpose into, cooling her off quite massively.
Great thinking. Of course.
And with, has Trespass informed the others what she wants, actually?
I think she will be telling them that she's going on the intercom, whatever thingy. She will have said that she's trying to get to a tugboat, and the yeah.
In that case, the immediate response is, "Oh, that's brilliant, baby!" And then he will start teleporting down to find a cooling place.
There's just going to be a slightly snarky, well, not snarky, but grumpy response on that, saying, "I'm not an infant."
Where Moira butts into the conversation completely struck and everything. I have horns too. Where did they come from? Fuck! What happened?
I need to throw in also that as when you're doing this entry, you hear like the rev of a motorcycle in like the Discord of the communication, right? Like it's like this faint sound, and you hear you hear like, so you hear the voice of Evan. Well, you can't be sure that it's Evan, but it sounds kind of like a muffled Evan. Say, who you talking to, baby?
Everyone's calling her baby.
Yeah.
In that case, a reply makes sense for both of them.
Yes, I've
Not
just
an infant.
I've put a knife in Joan's ribs, and I'm just turning it every chance I get
Yeah,
now.
I did roll a 1, so it's fair.
No, you rolled a decent provoke. I just decided to be evil about it.
Well, I think for now, Entry is going to ignore that. He can always, figure out who it was later and leave a stink bomb in their apartment or something. For now, it's getting to the harbor swiftly time, which I assume means unleashing my powers.
Yes. Where are you going?
Well, I want to go down there and see if I can find fish storage so I can use the cooling/freezing unit they have,
All right.
repurpose it, and make something to cool her, especially now that I know water's going to be splashed on her.
I got you. So first and foremost, harbor side, then look around for something useful.
Yes.
Grand. Unleash your powers for me. See if you can get down there in time to prevent anything from happening. Oh dear.
What the hell is up with us today?
Take potential.
Well, there's lots of potential today, at least. What can I say? The two boys are going to regret not being here.
I got 4 potential today.
So,
Yeah, I've gotten 3 so far. 4, actually. Sorry, no,
I
I've
think this
gotten
is my
4 as well.
second, but I'm checking.
Yeah, I've gotten 4 as well. Jesus.
I got 3, then I got my advancement, and then I got 1 more.
Yeah, same here.
So, what happens?
yes, indeed. Let me just do something real quick.
It might be Moira's distraught, yelling in the background and into the communicator too about, fuck, I have hearts too, and this chaos, what the hell is going on?
So,
Not helping.
I'm going to, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so you're teleporting to get down there, and you decide to take it in like short blinks. Like, I need to go there, and then there, and then there, and then I'm down there. And as you're like part way down there, you catch up with Cassidy, and as she's walking and she's growing in size, she's walking kind of like on one side of the street more than anything else, and as her form grows, she then just shoulders into the side of a building. The corner of the topmost part of the building breaks out, collapses outwards, and the floor breaks away and starts slanting. And inside, in the now like gaping hole into the side of the building, you see a child's bedroom, and a mom.
Ah, damn it!
What?
It's just, I think that was actually in character. Entry thinking to herself, "Oh, please be empty, please be empty, please be empty."
And a mom holding her young daughter, like clutched tightly, is losing her balance and like sliding out now that the floor is gone slanted. And
no!
Is gonna fall if no one heroic intervenes.
So the thing is, I can't actually bring people with me when I teleport.
No, you cannot.
How did you
So-
do the Rhino Man?
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess that was adrenaline.
Yeah, that's the thing we haven't seen before.
I'll have to analyze that later. So I might actually have to wait until they fall and then stop their fall.
Interesting.
Or I could go there and pull them, away from the crumbling outside.
What do you choose to do? One of those sounds a good deal more experimental than the other.
I think I'll have to teleport there and try to pull them to safety, because otherwise I would have to hope my aim is good enough to hit them with one of my marbles as they fall.
Alright, give me a defend.
Ah, crap. I need to not have 0 and everything.
Shit!
Well, I'm pretty sure that it'll still work, but that you're just going to have some kind of nasty side effect to it, because that's how Daniel usually handles this.
Yes. Yes, it is you. How I
Well,
usually
more
handle it.
potential.
Yes, now I just need one.
Lol. It's because Brain isn't here to take all the potential.
Yes, it is. Christ,
He isn't here to fail all his
swear
rules.
when Brain listens to this episode, when he actually listens into this episode afterwards, he's gonna weep for all the potential he's been missing out on.
He was like, potential everywhere. I miss the potential Perez and Rain.
I can just see it.
Alright. So you teleport up there and you like try to like grab onto her as she's like sliding and like crying for help. And you do so, and because of the slant of the floor, and it turns out the floor is kind of like, it's a wooden floor and it doesn't have a lot of like traction going, you slip and fall and start falling with her. And you manage to just, like, as the three of you are careening towards the end of the edge of the floor that's like leading out into a free fall, you manage to like grab onto like a piece of furniture. The piece of furniture comes loose and start falling with you. And then as you're like just coming towards the gap in the wall, you manage to like just do a full split.
He's gonna be speaking in the falsetto from the foreseeable future.
He's gonna say, baby in another form of town.
You manage to do a full split, catching like just trapping your foot on like the side of the still maintained brickwork that is kind of loosely around the opening in the wall. And both the mom and the child go like dangling off the side. She's holding on to her child for dear life, and you're holding on to her, and just like barely like holding on while you like locked your knees and just be like, nope, we're not going anywhere.
Going, ow, 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 ow.
Yeah,
I think that's what he says. This really hurts.
yeah, but you're also, unfortunately, yeah, it hurts, and you're also like somewhat caught there.
Moira!
Okay, you're calling for Moira.
I want her to get there so she can catch them.
I think she's already on the way. But she's possibly laughing loudly when she sees it.
So Moira, as you like, we see like we see Cassidy like vanish down to the harbor, to the riverfront. You're like giving chase, and as you look up, you notice.
He did yell over the intercom.
Yeah.
Her comment would be, why do it sound so weird?
Did a split!
What? And then she sees it for the holy.
Ouch.
You're
I'm
flexible.
so not in shape for this!
Poor little...
Daniel, by the way, I have a question for you on a completely unrelated note in a moment.
Ask me your unrelated question.
This Evan guy on whose motorcycle I am now precariously balanced, quite apart from him being a bit of a dick. Well, a lot of a dick. All of a dick. He's what kind of guy is he? What does he look like?
Normatively beautiful, handsome.
With frosted tips.
Normatively handsome, takes care of his looks, frosted tips.
Oh god, he's metrosexual, isn't he?
Kind of tan, wears an like topmost buttons undone shirt and a silver chain. He's wearing like black jeans. In this case, he's like wearing like a motorcycle jacket. He's being like very like early 90s movie protagonist handsome.
Oh, are we talking Patrick Swayze here?
Yes.
Oh. I just got a little bit. I just got some associations there.
You drive.
All right.
You drive past
if we're
the
not
old row
careful.
house.
Yes, exactly.
If we're not careful, he'll start dancing with you and call you baby. Even
No,
more than he does now.
I'm actually more thinking of him in a corset and dress, going. You know, because my Swayze movie is always going to be To Wong Fu. But anyway, yeah.
So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Sorry, Moira.
Right.
Let's go back to you.
Yes, sorry about that.
Wait, why do you sound so weird? I did a split. You did a what? Oh.
Yeah. So a couple of stories up. Definitely a deadfall's distance up. A woman is hanging, shouting at the top of her lungs, holding on to her child, who is shouting just as loud but higher pitched. And entry is like halfway dangling out the side of the building that's still kind of coming apart a bit. It's not like the entire thing is coming down, Captain, but there's still like some bricks coming loose here and there. And yeah, just holding on for dear life.
In a split.
Yes. The split is harder to make out, but you can see it.
I mean, if it's out into open air, he would at least not have hit his balls. It's just everything is going to be...
Everything is tender at the moment.
Tender, I think, is probably going to be the understatement of the millennium, but yeah.
Once I get you down from there, you're gonna need an ice pack.
I'm going to an ice place anyway.
Yeah. Then she, well, what story are they on?
Third.
So she's gonna extend herself up, and then she can catch them more easily.
Alright. I think maybe you have to get onto something to make that tactic fully viable. But I think you can do that. I think you have that in you. So you wanna like help entry out and save these people?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think there's a role here. Like we don't need to have you make a roll to catch them. What's the consequence? Oops, you fail. They splat. No.
No.
So
it's
yeah.
just well, her tail is 8 meters long, so she can possibly go halfway through the second story if she extends herself to the almost tippy of her tail.
So I think
God
actually...
knows else is strong enough for it.
I totally know. I think there is a role here anyway, but I totally know what it is now. My brain needed to do the thing. So you start like extending up down there. The daughter looks down at you and screams. The mom looks down, notices you, and like looks up to you and is like, "Pull us up! Pull us up! There's a monster!"
She's my teammate.
So, she looks down at you, Moira.
Who now looks kind of shocked with a "what the fuck?"
Yeah, and you can like she's panicked. Of course, she's dangling, like trying to hold on to her child as if by will alone she could defy gravity if she just holds on enough. But there's that moment of her looking at you where you know, like you need to be like non-threatening. You need to comfort her. You need to do something to make her okay with this.
It's fine. I just want to put you down.
Comfort and support.
Oh, she's so good at that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't sound so pained.
I'm not yet. This is me sounding hopeful.
Okay. Why don't you give us the... I think, like, you're trying to comfort and support her, I think. Or you're trying to provoke her to let go. Either is appropriate, I think.
Both is a -3.
I say comfort and support her.
Yeah.
He did just say she's my teammate, so he did just try to assist in that. That might offset, if Daniel is being nice about it, that might help offset one minus.
I mean, I'm letting it inform the fiction, no matter what, right? So...
Oh dear, 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 ow, ow, ow.
-1!
That's the lowest I think we've ever seen.
Okay.
Ow.
That's somewhere beyond disastrous, and at this point it's time for me to do oh
Oh dear.
She's not...
is not good.
She's not letting go. No
Well,
way.
Moira did just realize that she has horns, and she looks really scary now. She looks even more scarier than she did before. It's just like, they're not letting go.
Yeah, she's definitely not letting go.
I assume she's not letting go of me.
Yeah, she's not. She's not letting go of you. I super want to give you another condition, but I don't feel like hopeless is the condition to give you here. I feel like I should give you insecure.
But she already has that.
No. I know what I'm doing. I'm changing your labels, is what I'm doing.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Take your savior. Take your savior down. Take your danger up.
That makes sense.
Fuck
That
you,
makes-
Daniel.
Danger
Right.
of is not the worst one to rise.
No. But I've been saving a ton of people today.
You have.
True.
You've been doing really well. But people will.
Up
people
until
will
I
judge
got
you on your looks.
electrocuted.
If only
I have
she
an
knew
idea.
you, but she didn't, and now she's judging you anyway. What did you say, Rasmus?
I have an idea.
All right, Entry. What do you do?
I think Entry looks at her and says, "Well, I trust her," and then he teleports himself away.
You just peace out.
That is awesome.
That is
no, seriously, for a delinquent,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
That is the perfect delinquent thing to do here.
Yes.
You absolute shit. Oh, that's so good. Fine, you drop her. Okay.
It's basically, well, I trust her, and then you pop away, and then Moira, who already, they're not letting go, is now suddenly faced with two people falling directly in her face.
Please give me I want to acknowledge this. This is a really good example of doing something in the fiction. I think you're comforting and supporting Moira.
Yes, I would actually want to argue for that. So
I absolutely agree. My God, this is brilliant, guys. It really is.
I don't suppose I get any bonuses.
Sadly, no, but you get the role. Good job.
God damn it!
All right.
Hey,
Well,
wait a
I get
second.
my SAS potential.
Wait. You don't have you not have influence over her.
I do not.
That brings. If you don't do that, if you do that, would have brought it up to 6.
But
True,
I don't.
and
It's
still
still
7.
7 to 9 for
Yeah,
a
it's
hit.
still 7 to 9 for hit.
All right. Let me just.
What happens when you fail that?
Well, there can be many things that happen. It would typically be informed by the fiction. I could ask I could ask someone to do something. For example, I could inflict you a condition, which I think I
Me?
will do. Yeah, I think I'll inflict you a condition.
Might I argue for angry?
Yeah.
Either that or insecure. I would say, as in, oh God,
Yeah, or
was
guilty.
this? Yeah,
Or guilty for having mocked her earlier through.
yeah.
Or for dropping a lady out a 3-story window and just be like,
She was being a bitch. I mean, sure.
Lol.
Yeah, you know what? I think that is what I'm going to do. I am going to give you guilty, but I'm going to give you guilty for what you did to Moira, because I'm more in. It's also to do with what you're doing here. Let's be honest. You're still dropping the lady, but more than anything, the guilt, the onset guilt you feel is like, I'm not dropping this lady. This is not. I shouldn't be, but I'm gonna. Here, off you go. Bye. But the guilt that comes rushing through once the door is opened is the way you treated Moira, because I'm more interested in your character drama than I am in the drama between you and NPC number 14.
Well, I would like to use that potential to take a move.
Lol.
What move will you take?
I will take the alien tech from the outsider.
Oh, you're taking a move from another playbook.
Yes.
All right. This doesn't feel like the move that you can use right now unless you have a reason for it. This feels like a...
It's just to inform you, basically.
Okay.
You are now going beyond the technology of Earth. Basically.
Yep.
Yeah, that gives you a vector with a certain contact of trespassers too. So wonderful. Okay. So you drop
get
her.
a face full of people.
Yeah, the woman suddenly drops towards you, shouting at the top of her lungs, "Child 2." You catch them, and
set them down immediately.
Set them down. Deliver them safely onto the ground.
And tell them that they should run away from the harbor because Big Goopy Lady is going that way.
Yeah, she runs away from you, and not towards the harbor. All right, so both of you have successfully saved this poor bystander, and I think as Entry, as you like reappear next to Moira, having teleported, we see in the next panel, we see Cassidy stride out into the river bay towards the container barge, on the other side of the river.
Yeah. I was about to say, am I getting to that thing then?
On the other side of the river, a motorcycle
quick
comes
question.
to... Yes?
Can we have the last pause here?
Yes, absolutely we can. We can take the last
I
break.
needed to as well, actually.
Alright, so we'll...
Good idea.
I saw you type, and I could hear your nose, so I guessed you needed something for your nose. That sounds so wrong.
Yeah, it does.
But nonetheless true.
Not that kind of thing for his nose.
He needs a spray because his nose is plugging
Yeah,
up.
he's completely
I should
clogged.
probably explain that.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll
Poor
be
Rasmus
right
has
back.
been ill for days.
We will be right
Don't
back
do
with
drugs
more
yet.
Misfits in a moment.